teacher verbally abused suicidal classmate. Now everyone knows. This was back in HS when I was 17. I'm currently 20. I was in a class for forensics, and this teacher was notorious for making fun of students. I'll call her bitch teacher. To put in perspective how much I hate her, I got a pet cockroach and named it after her. In this class, she would have students take attendance by lining up and answering a question at her desk before going to sit down. This is important for later. It started with things such as making fun of students who weren't in class to hear, poking fun at how they looked, their grades, their clothes, etc. Things slowly escalated as the year progressed to where she would mock my voice in front of everyone whenever I spoke. I also have a very growly voice because I used to get recurring scarlet fever for years, which permanently damaged my vocal cords. Said transgender people were a burden. We had a trans boy in the class. That depression wasn't real, etc. At first, it was fine. It's not like she was saying anything I've never heard before from my shitty classmates about each other. But then comes in my classmate who I'll call Smole. Cuss. She's Smole. Smole was a quiet and very sweet girl. She was funny and always nice to everyone. But she had really bad depression and anorexia. And she would be bullied a lot because her parents weren't the best. She often came to class smelling of her dad's chain smoking and in old hand-me-down clothes. Because bitch teacher would only encourage the bullying, Smole eventually started cutting and wearing hoodies all the time to hide the cuts. But everyone knew. It got to the point where two people would take advantage of her poor family and pay her to scratch words on her leg or arm in class with a safety pin. Bitch teacher did fuck all. And trust me, she knew. Fast forward a few weeks, and we all line up as usual. The question was, what's your favorite type of music? Me and Smole come up. I answer and am heading to my seat when Smole quietly goes, I don't know. I don't really have one. To which, and I kid you the fuck not, bitch teacher goes full volume, with a smile on her face. Well, what kind of music doesn't make you want to slit your wrists? Quote. At this point the entire class goes dead silent. She had gone too far, and Smole immediately runs out of the class. Everyone is too shocked to know what to really do, so we just move on with class. I still wish I had gone to check on her. After that, I just couldn't stand bitch teacher. I couldn't stand her existence. I couldn't stand looking at her smiling fucking face. I wanted to rip that smile off. Every time she breathed I wanted to strangle her. I was done with this. I began secretly recording every time she made fun of us. I would record entire classes and crop out what I needed. And then, one tiring month later, I emailed them all straight to the principal. Close to half an hour of this bitch making fun of everyone, making suicide jokes, etc. I fumed about how inappropriate and unacceptable this was. And I demanded justice. And holy shit, justice I got. Bitch teacher didn't show up for a few days. When she came back, she had such a dead look in her eyes. Finally, no more of that goddamn smile. The principal calls us all together, and in front of everyone, her husband, the students, and staff, she was forced to formally apologize for making fun of a fucking suicidal 16-year-old. The look on her husband's face told me all I wanted. After this, I only ever needed to see her smoking alone and hated at the liquor store. The smile never came back. I never told anyone what I did, but everyone just knew, and a sense of overwhelming relief was very much welcomed in the class. Smole started going to therapy and we became pretty good friends. She got the help she needed. She moved out of her family's home with her sister, and she developed healthier coping mechanisms. Suicide is not a joke, and anyone who makes fun of someone even remotely entertaining the idea of suicide, this is what you deserve. To lose your job, lose your friends, lose your reputation, lose your husband, and a kid to name a fucking cockroach after you. And for those of you in misery HS dealing with bullying, a bad home life, or mental health problems, you can do this. Edit. IDK some of y'all can't read, I guess. She was fired. Lose your job. And to clarify on her husband, no, he wasn't called in from home. He was the algebra school teacher. The best revenge for such teachers. I don't understand why they were hired in the first place. Is small now okay? I had multiple teachers that would get me in trouble for no apparent reason in elementary school. I got bullied for being disabled and acting like a boy. Years later I came out as transgender. The teachers knew I got bullied. Whenever I tried to stand up for myself, the kids would beat me. The teachers, however, were on another level. Whenever I got in trouble with kids, my mom was called. It didn't matter that I wasn't the one that got tied to the tree and beat up. I got in trouble cause I told them to fuck off. The other kids never got in trouble. It was winter and I got an ice ball in my eye. The principal told me to stop whining. Because of that injury, I now have a lazy eye muscle. No, I never took it higher than that. I was 11. At a previous school, the principal told me it was my fault that I got pushed off my bike and had to take therapy after that for anxiety and eventually PTSD. I was 10. Note, these were two different principals who knew each other. Here's the kicker. After I left the first school, the bike accident school, news got around higher up. They thought my case was suspicious and got in contact with my counselor and parents and got the full story. Less than a year later, she got fired. The ice ball witch quitter got fired a year after I left for high school after news got around again. This time, I thought it was because she just got tired. She hated my autistic classmate, to the point of telling his dad that the kid was too much trouble. Why? 'Cause the kid lashed out at her after she told him to stop whining. But she left. Years later, which was about 5 months ago, I found an article about her that told the biggest lies. She cares, she wants the best for the kids. No, she didn't. But she's gone and the school is permanently closed due to not enough students. That's a thing here in the Netherlands. I learned the hard way that not all adults care for kids with physical and mental troubles. And man, that sucks. Thank you. Tell Smole she's not alone. I relate a lot to Smole. Went through a lot of the same things too. I wish I had someone who had stood up for me like that. You sound like a good friend. Dude, I have to say, that was really fucking awesome of you, dude. Like, you are an actual fucking hero for this. The fact that you didn't even pull the revenge because of something that was done to you, but something done to someone else, says a lot. Seriously, you have my respect and then some. Man, I'm glad Smole's doing better. I'm glad she had someone looking out for her that day. And I'm glad that monstrous not even a person got what was coming to her. This is easily one of the best posts on here. I feel bad for the poor cockroach. Fucking bitch. I don't think some people understand depression fully. It's a feeling only some people can feel, and can lead to suicide. Her parents are abusing her and the teacher just does basically the same. Who hired this fucking bitch? She should have been charged with attempting to cause a suicide. Ugh. I initially decided to go into teaching because of an experience I had with a bad teacher. Thought that if I could be a teacher, it would be one less bad teacher for students to deal with. The joke's on me though. He just recently retired and I was never hired by a school until 7 years after I graduated college. And then I only worked 1.5 years because the school I worked at closed down. Kudos for standing up for your friend. Sounds like a real satisfying outcome. Suicide is never a joke. I have a sister who was suicidal and it hurts seeing them that way. This teacher got what was coming to her. When I was younger, Early 10s. I used to have a problem of outgrowing clothes quickly. Despite this, my parents refused to let me buy new clothes unless I donated the old stuff first. I started taking clothes to school and giving them to other kids. My family wasn't that rich, but I still had some pretty nice clothes. And stuff like my PlayStation All-Star shirts went quickly. It meant nothing to me at the time. Saved the chance to get new stuff. But after graduating high school the year before last, I was told that I helped some of the poorer kids in my school find decent-looking clothing that fit better than what they had previously. This is my favorite ProRevenge ever. I love this. Nicely done up. Bravo, sir. Whoever the hell it was. I hope she gets strangled, beat, slapped, go broke, lose everything, and get stranded in a drug cartel like the roadkill and then sent to the depths of hell and witness all her failures haunt her to insanity. Smole, I hope you feel good. Op should be ashamed. No way that pet cockroach did anything so wrong to deserve being named after that teacher. I think the pet cockroach deserves a public apology and a new name. Honestly, you and your classmates should have gone the legal route as well as take justice into your own hands by ruining her even further. Maybe give her a criminal record on the federal level. If you live in the US, that alone would place a massive red flag on her record if she were to try and get a job as a teacher somewhere else. If you're still in touch with Smole, please give her a big hug and tell her an internet stranger loves her. She wasn't making fun of suicide. She was making fun of someone and encouraging to commit suicide. My guy, the cockroach don't deserve this kind of disrespect.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.